Okay, we'll call the regular council meeting of October 3rd, 2023 in order. There's no agenda, no delegation. Moving on to item 3, adoption of the agenda. Any additions, deletions? Chris won't be here probably, so we either just bypass 5.7 or...
I'll move to adopt the agenda.
Okay, Stan moves. All in favor? Carried. Moving on to item 4, adoption of the minutes of September 19th, 2023. Any errors or omissions?
I'll move to adopt the minutes.
Okay, all in favor? And that's carried. Moving on to reports. 5.1, the mayor's report. We have had no airport meeting, no emergency management. Got North Peace Housing meeting tomorrow in Peace River. We have an upcoming NWP liaison meeting here next week or so. And nothing with SCSS anytime in the near future. And that's my report. Somebody wish to move it? Joe, all in favor? Carried. Moving on to 5.2, the CAO report.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So just some upcoming CAL meetings. Do we want to do, are we able to do a CAL meeting here in October? So that would be proposed 24th?
24th, or there's the 31st, which is another Tuesday.
Or the 31st. Does council wish to try for that? It would be budgeting, if council wishes to look at the two-tiered recreation rate options, which we could bring in at the budgeting time, and anything else we are looking at.
Joe gave me a dirty look, so it's probably because it's Halloween that night.
31st? I forgot that 31st is an important day. I guess 31st is out.
You could bring candy.
I'm gonna be out trick-or-treating.
24th is fine.
Okay. Okay. Just some timelines coming up. Just a reminder, October 17th is the organizational meeting, so you have the appointments in front of you there on your desk. Take a look and talk amongst yourself and with the mayor if you wish to do any moving around. October 18th, economic development meeting. Joint council sent out the agenda, 4 times today. October 5th, ICF after that, October 23rd, which will be a daytime. We got a medical clinic one coming up the Friday, and then as the mayor was speaking about a value scoping with his school divisions and NWP, that's 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday. I'll be attending as much of that as I'm able to, and as I think you guys are all aware, Charity is leaving us, and I'm currently recruiting for that position. Chamber of Commerce Gala, October 20th, and on that, we have 2 available tickets for that gala because of the size, because the town is a sponsor. So there is a sponsorship to give away. So 2 complimentary tickets and a counselor to do a presentation for the award. So that's.
So you're going to do a speech and present an award?
Not really.
I went last year.
Yeah. Paul, you're the rep, aren't you?
Yep. Yeah, I'm just jumping up and down.
It's just a winner announcement.
Yeah,
you just have to announce the winner.
I'm going to be there anyway.
It's just a photo op to present something.
What time?
It's 6 o'clock, guest check-in, 7 o'clock dinner, 8 o'clock award ceremonies, and this is going to be Friday the 20th.
Yeah, I can make that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, I should be able to make that work. Mom volunteered me to help with the library with the.
Yeah, it's the next day.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Okay. There is a second one available. I think so. The Economic Development Committee is up for nomination for one of the wards, and I think, I'm trying to convince, I'm actually gonna be gone. I'm not even gonna be in town that day, so I can't attend, so I'm kinda hoping Jenna will, attend, or maybe another Economic Development Committee member. Jenna should. It's her deal, so I think if no other counselor wants to go, then maybe Jenna gets it, so.
That sounds good to me.
But we already might have one because we're a nominee. I'm not sure how that works, but,
Yeah, I think you guys should get one, because I think the fire department's doing one too.
okay.
Compete against that.
Yeah, so the town wins regardless. You're gonna win that event no matter what. But I will say that Amanda will attend and will do the presentation. Okay, thank you, Councillor Gould. Okay. And you may see an ad that's out there selling a couple tax recovery properties by tender. These were tax recovery properties that we went through the whole thing. It didn't sell, so now we're going through the lawyers to sell these by tender. It closes at the end of the month. And that is my report.
Any comments or questions for our CAO? Does someone wish to move his report, if there's no comments or questions?
I will.
Amanda, all in favor? Carried. Moving on to 5.3, Councillor Golub.
All right, so mainly what I can't speak anymore. Between the last regular council meeting, I attended one meeting, Economic Development Committee. During that meeting, the committee was presented with the master document from the
Doing good.
master document from the NWP that kind of outlines their 3-year capital plan, kind of helps put aside some of those fears about demolition being at the forefront. Their capital plan kind of shows that, if anything, demolition options are 3 to 4 years out at most. Jenna also mentioned that they'll be working with PRETA to host a conference in Fairview during the spring of this coming year. As well as the agriculture fair show is going to be going on again around that same time in 2024. We were presented with the numbers for the SOS Fest. We had good numbers, good attendance. There was over 700 paid admissions, at least 100 kids. Kids got in free, and that was before, after a certain point, I think admission was kind of waived after a certain point, but there was at least 700 paid admissions. The patios, we got numbers back from the patio series. The detailed numbers are listed in the report, but across the board, all the businesses recorded a resounding increase in their sales and revenue. The committee also went ahead to fund that McLean's Sport and Strategy comes down to facilitate and hold an event strategy planning this fall. I don't believe the date for that has been set yet.
Yeah, we're just fine tuning that. We got it down to 2 days.
Perfect.
Yeah, so she should have it fine tuned here shortly.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. And then the committee was also presented with options for an upcoming economic development grant. Specifically, it's the NRED program, and with the kind of goal of focusing, if we apply for that, using that to focus on marketing campaigns and programs and applications and that sort of thing for the town. And that's what I got, unless there's any questions.
Any comments or questions for Amanda? You're moving the report, Amanda?
I will move my report.
All in favor? Carried. And here, I thought you were going to pass it on to your president.
Cut him some slack. He's the president after all.
All right, moving on to 5.4, Councillor Fleming.
Other than attending the Alberta Municipal Conference, I have nothing to report. I do have 2 upcoming meetings this week.
Would you like to move that?
I would move that.
Okay, all in favor? Carried. 5.5, Councillor Buck.
I got nothing. Amanda took it, which It's nice having that first name. Yay. First. It's good.
Amanda, next year after we do our organization meeting, we might have to switch you two and that just so he can go first.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Are you going to move your report?
So I'm going to move my report.
Okay, all in favor? Carried. Moving on to item 5.6, Councillor Golub.
The only thing I have to report, we had a library meeting last week, finalized the library budget, and there will not be an increase in the request for the library to the town for funding this year.
Right on. Thank you.
And other than that, preparations are in full swing for the fundraiser, and yeah, that's my report.
Any comments or questions? Do you want to move it, Stan?
I will move.
Okay, all in favor? Carried. Chris is not here, he's down south. Any comments about the MPC meeting, or Daryl, do you want to say anything about that since you were probably there?
No, that was just for that CCAN at,
Yeah.
very simple.
Okay. All right, moving on to 5.8, Councillor Schindel.
I don't have anything. I'll move my report.
Okay, all in favor? Carried. Moving on to 5.9, conferences, convention, and workshops, and that's the 2023 Alberta Municipalities Conference. Tim, do you want to start? How it went for you?
I would say, I would say overall it was all right. It's like most of the conferences, you're doing a couple of things from different speakers or presentations. The trade show was not really exciting for me this year. Usually I come across one or two developers or some organizations that have something new that would be of interest to the town, but I didn't see anything there. So, yeah, good to meet up with some of our engineering partners and those kinds of things. So it was good. Well, all in all, it was a decent event.
Joe?
Probably pretty much echo what Tim said. I found the code blue for health in various municipalities was interesting because it just shows how widespread in Alberta finding medical assistance is difficult, and how I guess roadblocks are put in the way because people are wanting, some of the municipalities were talking about bringing in nurse practitioners instead of doctors, and apparently I didn't know that they have to go through special licensing or special processes with Alberta Health Services, which I found kind of off, but then Worsley has a nurse practitioner, so I thought maybe I'll try and tag up with her one of these days and find out what that's all about. Other than that, how to keep your CAO happy, that was an interesting one.
It's hard.
It is. It was like the process was just unreasonable, I felt, but the trade show was interesting to attend. It's kind of difficult because although I kind of know some of the stuff, I learned lots about dark sky lighting and kinds of stuff. Other than that, that's it.
I'll speak on behalf of being there too. Went to one session on net zero and how municipalities are trying to meet the 2030 or 2050 energy net zero targets. Lots of places are having issues trying to maintain it. They're trying to meet it. One arena is trying to do it, and their costs went from 9.2 million to 15 million. Try and make it net zero. They did it with one fire hall in Calgary, and it's not Calgary. I mean Edmonton. It's an amazing facility. there's nothing different with the actual fire hall, but the design of the building. It's like a castle. That for all the technology that they had to put into it to try and make it meet net zero. And the price was probably $5 to $10 million more than actually would have just built a fire hall. But they're trying to work towards net zero and our federal government's task. When we were at the conference, we met with the RCMP, had a fairly good discussion with them. We had it for about half an hour, and a bunch of municipalities never showed for the meetings. Then on Friday morning, we met with Advanced Education. And had a good little discussion with her on things happening at NWP, and everybody walked away, I think, feeling good about the meeting. Trade show, I met a few new facilities, which are booths that actually brought back stuff for organizations in our community here. And a couple of them were actually very happy that they got the information when I gave it to them. Otherwise, the networking is always one of the best parts there. You get to meet with people and see what's going on in other communities and issues that they're having, like Joe mentioned about the medical side. Lots of municipalities are having issues with that. We're not the only ones. So Daryl, do you want to say anything about your time with us?
No, yeah, I think you've all hit on the points here.
Okay. Tim?
I'll just add maybe, I think, for me anyway, that I think the most valuable thing, although nothing came of the initial meeting, was our meeting with our leaders of the RCMP. I think it was good to hear that they're aware. I mean, the problems are everywhere.
Yeah.
The same problems with the 911 dispatch. But they were very much aware of Fairview for a couple of reasons. But they're very aware of the challenges we have, both geography as well as individuals that are in their mind doing their part to make things better. So I was encouraged by that they were aware of challenges we have. I don't see any immediate fruit from that meeting, but I think we did as much as we could in that meeting you did a great job, Mr. Mayor, of sharing our concerns, and I won't use the word disgust, but our disappointment in how the judicial system is working, how it's not working, and these individuals being released and repeat offenders and lack of officers and those kind of things. So I think there was some good value in that meeting. Yeah, at least we made ourselves very well, or you did on our behalf that day. Yeah.
Okay, Joe, anything else you want to mention?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, so we want to move this for information then? Stan, all in favor? Carried. And finally, 5.10, Committee of the Whole minutes.
Just looking for somebody to move the minutes.
Yeah, for information.
I'll move the minutes
None?
for information.
All in favor? Carried. All right, there's no unfinished business, no new business, no finance. Moving on to item 9, bylaws and agreements, 9.1. 1080/LUO 2023, proposed purpose of amending the Town of Fairview land use bylaw. Daryl, did you want to speak on this?
Yeah, so this is based on the presentation delegation from a couple meetings ago of the proposed large development on that parcel that you can see highlighted. And for that development to move forward, it would need to be rezoned R3. So if council so wishes, you would move first reading tonight only, and then we advertise, and then can come back for second and third reading. You'll see there's an ad there for public hearing notice that kind of spells out the process, and then there can be a public hearing at the next meeting, for anyone who would like to bring some comments forward.
Thoughts of council? Do we want to move first reading tonight?
Yes, I will.
Okay, Joe's moving first reading. Any more discussion? All in favor? And that is carried.
Thank you.
That's all we're doing with that. All right, there's no developments. Moving on to item 11, correspondence, 11.1. MDA Fairview number 136, Regional Police Force Grant. What's the feeling of everybody? My feeling is, I don't think we need to be part of it,
Accept it for information.
except for information.
Also move.
Okay. Well,
They probably should get a more direct motion.
Yeah, you should get a response.
Yes, it's going to be it'll be on the agenda on Thursday, and so I think you need to have, do you wish to be part of this? Yes or no?
personally, I know what Grand Prairie's going through, and we can't afford it to have our own regional police force here. Whether it's us in Clear Hills County and Village Giants Creek, what we're paying for RCP right now is going to be a lot cheaper than what this is going to cost us.
This might be too wordy, but I'm just thinking this through. I mean, I'm in support of them wanting to apply for a grant on their own, but I'm not in support of us partnering for that grant or partnering in a municipal police force. We don't have the funds for that. So, I mean, thumbs up if they want to apply on their own, but they'd be complete.
Well, they still got to wait for Clear Hills County.
So I don't know if that's how you want that answered,
Okay,
Daryl.
actually, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the one line. Would council send a letter of support for the same, which is, for the municipal police transition grant program?
Yeah, so upon reviewing this, the application, one of the questions is to ask if the neighboring communities would support this endeavor.
Yeah.
Not the application of the grant, the endeavor, so.
Paul?
I was just gonna say, we're meeting with them tomorrow? Is that what we're doing?
Thursday.
Thursday.
I would say I would wait and see what they have to say about it first. That's what I would do. It's only Thursday, we're back here in 2 weeks.
I'm not sure what the deadline is.
I'd just like to hear what their thoughts are on it a little bit more. But if we're just passing a motion to give support for them to apply for a grant, that's fine with me, I think, too, so.
I'm the opposite.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I know. We don't always have to be in agreement.
That's right.
Like, I read that as it's their endeavor, not ours.
Yeah.
But the assumption to me, and maybe that's wrong, I'm making an assumption, that if we're in support of that application, then we would be willing to consider a-
Partnering.
Yes. And to me, that's a no. So I'm not quite sure where they're going.
If anybody wants to apply for it, I say let them apply. If Clear Hills Company then want to support it?
If council wishes, you could make a motion to table until you've gotten further information from council, or you can make a motion tonight.
I'll make that motion and table it until we have further information.
Okay, all in favor? Carried. All right, moved on to item 11.2, Fairview Library Murder Mystery.
Holy cow.
You want to speak on this?
Sure. I don't have the text of the letter in front of me, but basically, the group is still looking for sponsorship of the appetizers, or for 50% of the appetizers. The MD has agreed to sponsor for $300. And the group is looking to request the same from council, from the town of Fairview.
So you want to make a motion one way or another?
You could make that one.
Yeah.
I couldn't make that motion? Okay, I will make that motion. We sponsor the library's fundraising dinner appetizers for the remaining $300.
Okay, any more discussion? All in favor? And that's carried. All right, there's no information items. Somebody want to move us into closed session?
I will make that.
All in favor? Carried.
Pretty fast.
Got things to do?
Chris isn't here.
Chris isn't here. That's what it was.
I have a question. Stan, never mind. I'm not even gonna answer my question. I'm not even gonna ask it. All good.
Well, there is a famous tennis player with that name, if you were wondering.
No, is there really?
There is. Who's that? There's an American, like, semi-famous pro tennis player named Stan Gould.
Oh, really?
Things you find on the internet.